up, beautiful people? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and this is Bond Book Reviews. As you can tell by the time of the month and the title, it is time for another round of Pickpong. However, this month I'm doing things a little bit differently because I'm also participating in Mel from a book fiend named Mel's channel, Readathon. She has a TBR game that she plays every month called Roll of Reads, and she has done a readathon inspired by that I'm going to be participating and kind of like helping run some sprints for. It's going to be so much fun. So that will be running from the 1st to the 31st of March. And I will have the announcement video linked down below so you can go and check it out. And what my plan is I'm going to do my Roll of Reads rolls first, and then I'm going to do my Pickpong throws next and get my prompts. And then I am going to try and double up as best I can so that I don't have to read like a million books. Usually I would do just like one book for one prompt, but because I'm participating in the 2 readathons and the prompts are going to be very, very different from each other, rather than me reading potentially like 12 books in 1 month or more, I am going to double up. But the books that I will have to read in order to pass Pickpong will be the 5 or more books that I get for Pickpong. So those prompts will be required to be filled in order for me to pass Pickpong. But the prompts that I get for Mel's readathon, like I still want to finish so I can finish that readathon, but they're not a priority for me to be able to pass so I don't start with a punishment next month. I hope this makes sense. It'll make more sense as I start to put it all together, but we're going to start with Mel's rolls. Let's start into the rolls for Roll of Readathon. Okay, so we have our Roll of Reads board set up. I have printed out all of the prompts from Mel's prompt pile. This is available on the announcement video, so if you want to make your own, you can, but you do have to use the prompts from thing. But I just printed hers out. Fortunately, my printer was out of black ink, so I've had to handwrite all of the prompts on. I've shuffled these, and then I'm pretty much just going to put one on each square. Now, to figure out how many books I'm going to be doing, I'm going to roll a D8, and then we will be rolling the D20 to figure out which prompt we get, and we'll do that as many times as we do roll the D8. So the number of books we're going to be reading for Roll of Reads is 4. And I would like to say a huge thank you to my friend Tim for dropping off his amazing giant 20-sided dice for this. I told him what I was filming and he drove all the way here to drop it off. So let's start with our first roll. We have a 2. And the prompt for that is Booktuber's favorite book. We'll replace that prompt with another one. And roll number 2 is number 13. So that prompt is indie or self-published book. Roll number 3 is a 12, which is a friend pick. And we'll replace that prompt. And then our 4th and final roll for Roll of Reads is a 10. Which is a book you're excited for. So my plan was to do the prompts from Mel's Roll of Reads and then play Pickpong and try and combine them. But after the dice was kind to me and I only rolled a 4 and I only have to read 4 books for Roll of Reads, and this may come back to bite me because I have not filmed Pickpong yet, I am going to do no prompt combining. I am going to do an individual book for each prompt for Roll of Reads as well as for Pickpong. So I figured I'd go through the books that I'm going to read for Roll of Reads first, and then we'll go into Pickpong. So for friend pick, I am going to go with a book that is off my 22 books I want to read in 2022 that was definitely chosen by a friend of mine, my friend Jade, who I've been friends with for 20 plus years almost, told me that I need to read this book many, many moons ago, and I have not done that yet. And that is Goodwood by Holly Throsby. I was also told by 2 other bookstagrams that I need to read this book. So I'm counting this for friend pick because multiple people have picked it out for me and told me that I need to read it. Now, all I know about this one is that it follows a town where 2 people, that is not too Crystal, 2 people go missing, and it's a small little town where this kind of stuff just doesn't happen, and everyone's shaken up by it and has no idea how to take it, what to do with it, etc. And then apparently like those people are somehow intertwined or something. I don't know. I've heard really good things. I'm going to go into it pretty blind, but yes, I am finally getting to this book that has been recommended to me since like 2015, I want to say. So it's happening. It's finally happening. For indie or self-published, I am going to go with my latest book that I've added to my collection, and that is The Invisible Tether. This was a self-published book by the author J.P. McDonald. He is amazing, and this book sounds right up my alley. He was kind enough to send me one of his special edition hardback copies, which is signed by him, and I'm very, very excited to read this one. It is definitely self-published. He has worked his ass off to get this book out into the world, and I cannot wait to read it, get a review out there, and share my thoughts so that more and more people can discover this book. So that is what I'm going to be reading for my self-published indie author prompt. For excited for, I of course had to pick another book of my 22 books I want to read in 2022. It's kind of like my most anticipated list, I guess. And for that, I picked Gracefully Grayson by Amy Polinsky. The reason why I picked this one is because I have made it an unintended goal, I guess, to try and read an LGBT or BIPOC book every month. This is an LGBTQIA+ book, and it's also a nice and short one. But yeah, I'm just excited to read this one. I hear it is a tearjerker, and in like the past months, I have been reading at least one tearjerker a month without realizing. Not a good thing to do while you're pregnant, but I'm doing it anyways. Yeah, so that is the one that I'm going to be picking for excited for. And then I got BookTuber's favorite book. Now for this one, I was trying to also pick something off my 2022 list. I have been really slacking getting to that for the first couple of months of the year. So I was trying to kind of like aim towards that area for when I had control over what I wanted to read. I realized that I have a book on this shelf that may not necessarily be this BookTuber's favorite book, but they have talked about it a lot, and they've talked about this author a lot and how much they have scarred them. And that is Greg from Greg's Library. And the book I'm talking about is They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. So, you know, I'm in for another month of pain. But I'm excited for it. I obviously know nothing about this other than the fact that it follows a friendship or a romance between 2 males, and they both die in the end. That's it. That's all I need to know. I've been really loving the contemporary, easy to process books lately. I've been staying away so much from the epic fantasies because I just haven't been able to concentrate on them. So that is where we are leaning towards for this month, is the contemporary, easy to understand and read stories. So They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera for my BookTuber favorite. Now I'm going to get everything set up ready for Pickpong. It is really hot here today, so it's going to be fun. I'm running out of light, but hopefully it sticks around enough for us to be able to film Pickpong and figure out the rest of my reads for the month. But so far, my TBR for Roll of Reads is these 4 books. Wish me luck. Okay, so we're set up. It's the stupid setup again. We're just going to roll with this. My library is too small to have it any other way. Bub and I are ready to kick some Pickpong butt. And we're starting with the reward because I managed to finish all of my books from last month. Well, I've started 2 of them and I have like 10 days left. So yeah, my reward is drop it in any cup. Now I actually don't know what's on the bottom of these cups, what ones have rewards, which ones have punishments, but I just like the fact that I instantly get 1 book without the risk of any misses. So I am just going to drop it in a cup that I usually don't hit very often, like this one here. And the prompt on the bottom of that is man. So for this, it either just needs to have a man on the cover or the story be predominantly about a man, have the word man in the title. I've left it completely open. So let's see what we pick for our first book, the perfect book. I'm going to do Heartstopper Volume 3. Alice Owes Man. It has the word man. It is about two men. So it has a man on the cover. And it is also a series continuation, which I need to do anyways. So yeah, we're going to do Heartstopper Volume 3. And we will replace that prompt with thriller. Okay, it is time for throw number 1 for book number 2. And that's Miss number 1. Throw number 2. Oh, the Pickpong gods may be on my side. I don't want to get too excited, but... And the prompt we've got is single word, which just means single word title. And there is neither a reward nor a punishment on there. I have so much free space and choice with this. We're going to go with another 2022 books I'm going to read in 2022. And that's Wild by Kristen Hanna. Single word title, favourite author. I read one by her in January, loved it. May as well continue the trend. It's making this stack look a little hefty, but we're going to go with it. And we will replace that prompt with star. Okay, let's get book number 3. Miss number 2. Now just a reminder, I need 5 misses to add a punishment book. And I already have 4 books on my TBR from Roll of Reads. So already we're up to 6. So I really don't want any punishments this month if I can avoid it. Miss number 3. And I'm running out of balls. Oh, fuck. Miss number 4. Oh, God. I spoke too soon. So that's 5 misses, which means we need to read a 6th book this month, which puts my total for the month at 10, because I have 4 from Roll of Reads and now 6 from Pickpong. Okay, so I'm going to get up high and see if that changes things. Let's get book number 3. Okay, so book number 3 is even page number and it has a reward on it. Yes! Does this have even page numbers? Okay. It's not small, but I want to read it and I have the audio. So I'm going to go with Kill Your Brother by Jack Heath. And it is 334 pages. So that's what I'm going to put on here. I'm probably going to regret it because I'm adding my page numbers up. But yeah, I'm putting it on there. I normally smash a Jack Heath book in like 2 days. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And my reward is -1 book. Oh, thank you, gods. Thank you so much, Pickpong gods. Oh, so I don't have to get that punishment book anymore. So back to 5, which means a total of 9 because I've got the 4 from Roll of Reads and the 5 from Pickpong. So let's get book number 4 once I quickly replace this prompt. Dystopian. Okay. Book number 4. Is any, but it has a punishment on it. But I can pick any book I want, which means I don't have to pick that now. It's kind of like a mood read, but like literally I can just pick any book. So I'm going to allow myself to use one of the any 4 books that I am reading for Roll of Reads. That's what I'm going to use this for, is my any card. Is any of the 4 books from Roll of Reads can count for this any prompt, but it has to be one of those 4. So it's not like a complete mood read, but one of those 4 will cover this any. But let's find out what my punishment is. Okay. So I got Anthony through. So unfortunately, Anthony isn't here at the moment. He is with friends and won't be back until way too late. So I'm going to put this one back in and pick another punishment. And yeah, sorry, I physically can't do that one today. I got step back. I don't know if I can step back any further. This was back when we were in the old setup. So I might have to put it back in and pick one more. I'm sorry. Color. So I got color, which means I have to do a random number color generator, and the next book that I get, I have to match the prompt as well as the color that I generated from the color generator. So it kind of really limits me, which is scary. And we'll replace the any prompt with male protagonist. Okay, my random color generator isn't working, so I'm going to try and ask Alexa and see what happens. Alexa can't connect to the internet because of the storm we just had. And I'm filming on my phone, so I can't do it on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a random color generator, and I will pop it here. And then I will insert a clip of what book I pick for the final prompt, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this, because my computer's freezing. Alexa's not accessing the internet, and I'm recording on my phone. Okay, so while my laptop is restarting because it's just had a hissy fit, I'm gonna get the 5th and final book, and then I'll come back to the random color generator and then pick that 5th and final book, but I'll get the prompt for it at least while we're waiting. Okay. Miss number 1. Miss number 2. And of course we ended in the same cup, so it's male protagonist. So I need to find a book that has a male protagonist that has a color from the random generator that I'm about to do on the cover. So let's do this random color generator and find out what color I have to use. Okay, so we have a random color wheel, and it has chosen green. Okay, so I have to find a book with a male protagonist that has green on the cover. I'm going to go with Anything But Fine by Tobias Madden. It has green on the cover, and it is about a male dancer who gets himself injured and then has to kind of like re-find his identity. So that's the book that I'm going to choose for male protagonist with green on the cover. Whew. It is hot today, holy crap. But this is it. This is my March TBR. So this is both Pickpong and Roll of Reads, what has been decided for me for the month of March. So for Roll of Reads, we have these 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then for Pickpong, we have these 4 here plus one of these Roll of Reads because I got the any prompt. So the total is 8 books for the month. I mean, the stack isn't as excuse me. The stack isn't as hefty as I was expecting it to be. There's not too many chunkers on there, which means I may actually be able to get to Crescent City 2 when it arrives on my doorstep. It's meant to be arriving on the 21st of this month, so 21st of February. But who knows whether I'll be able to fit it into February, so I'll probably want to try and fit it into March at some point. But there you have it. They are my March reads. Have you read any of them? Do you think I'm going to love any of them? Do you think any of them I should prioritize? Let me know in the comments down below. And now that you've made it through this entire crazy chaos, Just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed already, I would love you to do so. The button is down below. You can join the fam and have some fun. And if you haven't seen Pickpong and this is your first time stumbling across this chaos, I will have the playlist link down below for you as well, so you can go and check out the rest of the fun we've been having for the past 12+ months. And if you have made it this far and you don't have a comment to leave and you would still like to have something to say down below, then please leave a dancer emoji down below in honor of Anything But Fine by Tobias Madden. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye.